I'm Steve Lacey.
And I'm Natasha Verma. 23-year-old Jason Scott has been arrested in connection to a in Queens that dates back to 2021. Investigators are looking into the possibility that it was a...
According to reports, the person living with Nicki's cousin-in-law is Y'all, not Remy's kid. Why are these WAP streets so chaotic? This controversy has gotten out of hand because Nicki and Remy have been at odds for nearly 15 years. Nicki is positive that she was the initial target and that Remy had set a hit on her since the police arrested Remy's son Jason for the murder of a guy who was also Kenneth Petty's cousin. We're going to send our detective over because Remy's life took a sharp turn and things are getting out of hand. Yo, please sit down. With reports that Remy had cheated on Papoose with rapper Easy the Block Captain, we thought the tension between Remy and Papoose couldn't get much more dramatic, but then everything went haywire. After being apprehended by the NYPD, her son Jason Scott was accused of reckless endangerment, criminal possession of a firearm, first-degree murder, and second-degree murder. In 2021, the police arrested her eldest son for supposedly living with someone. His current situation is dire after he was detained a few days ago on suspicion of murder. For those of you who don't know, Jason is a son from a prior marriage that Papoose had long before she met him. Thus, he is not her biological son. Richard Swear, Jason's friend, was also taken into custody and charged with first-degree murder, reckless endangerment, and criminal possession of a weapon. Everyone was perplexed and unsure of what had transpired when the news initially broke. Given that a conviction for first-degree murder usually entails a sentence of 25 to life in prison, the crime is severe and should not be treated lightly. According to a police statement, Jason and Richard are charged with a very serious crime, the June 7, 2021, murder of Darius Gabo, a 47-year-old man. Darius was reportedly no stranger to the police, having served 3 jail sentences and been arrested 13 times. In November 2020, a thorough investigation known as Operation Heatwave resulted in the indictment of 54 individuals, including Gabber, who is also known on the streets as DB Block, according to the State Attorney General's office. After Attorney General Lee James charged Officer Galbo with supplying a drug ring in upstate Jefferson County, officers responded to a 911 call of a male being shot at the intersection of 148th Street and Rockaway Boulevard within the 13th precinct, an NYPD spokesperson told XXL. Officers discovered a 47-year-old man with many wounds to his head and chest who was unconscious and not responding. After arriving on the site, emergency medical personnel transported the victim to Jamaica Hospital Medical Center, where he was pronounced deceased. It was also revealed that the police are investigating the possibility that this was a murder. Given Remy's own legal background, some contend that the apple didn't fall far from the tree. For instance, Remy was given an 8-year prison sentence in May 2008 for the shooting death of her colleague Mada Bonds Joseph. She was convicted on a number of offenses, including assault and attempted coercion. It's absolutely crazy for Hire's famous mother to get engaged in this kind of situation. She wasn't even remorseful. Which is the worst part. Additional allegations of witness tampering and gang assault resulted from rumors that she had some of her male pals attack a witness's partner in order to coerce the witness into not testifying. She was released in 2014 after serving 6 of her 8-year sentence, and it now seems that the drama runs in the family. People are ridiculing Remy, saying that she is a negative role model and that her son's misbehavior was straight out of her playbook. Rumor has it, though, that Remy is starting to feel the heat because she knows her. The story only gets stranger because there are now allegations that Remy may have been the one who released the hit. If convicted guilty of murder, son might receive a long prison sentence. Many people don't know, though, that the victim, Darius Gabo, is not just any person. Rather, he is a local kingpin and infamous criminal. This is awful because his guys are angry and want blood. Minaj. This relationship is made much more troublesome by the fact that Remy and Nicki have been at odds for as long as anyone can remember. when Nicki denigrated Remy Ma in 2007 by claiming that she was the 2006 rap queen, the dispute started. Remy's first studio album came out in 2007. It contains an authentic account of her claiming to be the undisputed rap queen, saying, "I'm the queen of rap, and there's none higher." Nicki mocked her mixtape's freestyle song Dirty Money by stating that playtime is over. Throughout the song, Nicki made several sarcastic comments to Remy, including the part. Remy stated in an interview that she confronted Nicki about those lyrics, saying, "When I saw her at a party, I was like, yeah, what was that line about?" Remy said to this day, "I think it was a stab at me. That's what you do in rap, and I'm cool with that." They continue to disparage each other, and in 2016, Remy took things a step further. She released the song Money Showers with her Terror Squad. In the song, Remy's partner Fat Joe berates a rival who believes she is the queen, a title that Remy believes she doesn't deserve. Although Harley is the one who bestowed your crown, she gives B the impression that she is the queen. Steve Remy also pointed out that, despite her illusion of creating everything, Nicki rarely penned her own verses and instead hired a ghostwriter. Remy also used her own line to reference Nicki's iconic remark, "All this BS is my son's," during a freestyle. "All this talk about my son and your son, I'm hot, and your whole world revolves." B. I Am the Son of Papoose was all about me. He then supported his woman by rapping, "There can only be one queen." What a helpful dude. In response, Nicki asserted that Remy had not contributed to the rap scene despite being out of jail for 2 years. Even as she stated, "I gave these BS 2 years now. Your time's up." Bless her heart, the song Make Love is awful in every way. By joking that Remy was the queen of this hair, a platinum plaque record flop gimmick in which you see a stupid rabbit acting like the queen of rap, Nicki also mocked Remy's poor album sales. Obtain plaques plural like the S on my chest, then Nicki's subtle small jabs might have resonated because, just 48 hours later, Remy responded with Shoe, a nearly 7-minute diss track that was set to the music of Nazi's famous Ether. Fans went crazy on the internet and started pointing fingers at each other when they learned that the man Remy's son allegedly united was Nicki's husband's cousin. Remy revealed everything during the tumultuous musical battle, pointing out anything from accusations of plastic surgery to whispers about ghostwriting. With two together, it's bringing about war. According to some, Nicki believes Remy set a hit on her and is to blame for this. She believes Remy was trying to help her and had it in for her, but things went wrong and Darius got struck instead. They had been together earlier that day, but Darius was shot a few hours later. It is reported that Nicki and Kenneth had been talking to Darius on the day of his shooting. It's interesting to note that not long after Jason's arrest was made public, Nicki uploaded a call online. In addition, she responded to what I recently discovered with the tweet, "Who up?" Unfortunately, it seems that Darius's friends and supporters have been threatening him on social media, putting Remy's son at even more risk.
Talking about justice for D-Block, now that Remy, my son, then went to jail. And I just want to say, that ain't no justice for D-Block. You think D-Block want sitting on D-Block for his... You think D-Block want sitting on D-Block for his... Make it make sense. Other than his daughter and his family, ain't none of y'all supposed to be saying no like that. Yeah, because son wouldn't have been saying no that. If that black ass by you right there, God forbid, would have got killed in these streets, ain't no way in the world me and my son D-Block would have been in Sparkle Crib talking about, I hope that go to jail that by you. No way in the world. So for all of y'all posting justice for D-Block, I just want to say, that sound like rats to me. Let's get back.
It should come as no surprise that Remy, his mother, is 10 toes behind her kid. According to her statement, "We stand behind John's innocence and pray that the NYPD will conduct a complete and thorough investigation to reveal the truth. This is undoubtedly a difficult time for my family and me, and we sincerely appreciate the love and support we have received from all of you. We kindly ask for privacy as our legal teams work to prove Jason's innocence." However, since the matter is still pending, his attorney has strongly instructed him to remain silent, as most persons in similar situations are informed by their attorneys. The streets now claim that since this is getting ugly, it will only be a matter of time until Remy's purported role in it is made public. The Bobs have been reacting to the fans' opinions with statements like Remy Ma's son was hired to kill Nicki Minaj's husband's brother. The issue is that Remy and Nicki were also at odds, thus perhaps, Remy Ma's child Jason Scott was arrested for first-degree murder because the Silver Spoon Trust Fund infants are all interested in becoming criminals. I would like to know your thoughts on this. Do you believe that Remy was genuinely trying to get Nicki? Or do you believe that this is just another instance of individuals worrying about everything but doing the best for their kids? The issue is becoming unmanageable. Hollywood is living in such luxury. Who would have guessed? Just one of those serendipitous events. Then take a look at this and leave your opinions below. This chapter examines the origins of Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj animosity, as well as the reasons behind its prolonged duration. One of the most infamous feuds in pop history, the horrific occurrence claims that Nicki Minaj's cousin was tragically slain in a shooting. These two rap queens have never agreed, from diss recordings like Heshati to dubious social media posts, but might their feud have turned into potentially fatal violence? Despite initial police reports claiming the incident was the consequence of arbitrary new claims, it stunned the music industry. We looked at the details of the case and Remy Ma's family's alleged participation. Is there more going on here, or was this just a coincidence? It was Remy Ma's son that we blamed. Industry speculations about Remy Ma whispers suggest that she might have been engaged in organizing the hit on Nicki Minaj's cousin, despite the fact that no official statements have been made. Some insiders are drawing the conclusion that Remy Ma may have used her position of authority to seek revenge against Nicki Minaj. This chapter examines the shocking charges and their possible consequences. Nicki Minaj's passionate response never one to keep quiet. Nicki Minaj took to social media and her songs to address the issue, critiquing Remy Ma in several posts. Nicki accused Remy of causing the disaster and sought retribution for her cousin. We look at Nicki's reaction and its consequences. Effect on the company. What Remy Ma has to say. Despite the serious charges, Remy Ma has been mostly quiet about the situation. However, people close to her believe she is preparing to clear her name. Is this a miscommunication, or are the rumors accurate? We look at Remy Ma's stance on the issue and her plans to deny the accusations. The hip-hop scene responded in a number of ways as news of the charges spread. Some members are calling for Remy and endorsing Nicki Minaj. Even though some believe this could be a sophisticated scheme to harm Remy's reputation, we look at how fans and industry insiders are responding to the drama and the possible legal repercussions if the charges against Remy Ma's kid are accurate. This chapter looks at the possible legal ramifications and what Remy and her family could have to deal with. If charges are filed, law enforcement, who are reportedly investigating the matter, may face severe consequences. We look at how their public image and music endorsements might be affected by this incident. The charges circulating and the intense emotions are causing major professional repercussions for both rap artists, Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma. Will one of them lose their job forever? The truth behind the headlines, which are rife with speculation and gossip. In this last chapter, we look at the facts and refute any claims. Is this only an instance of misinformation spreading like wildfire, or was Remy Ma's son truly involved in this? Falsehoods, and conclude by saying that the tension between Nicki Minaj and Remy has reached an all-time high as a result of these unexpected charges. Although Remy Ma's involvement in this tragedy is yet unknown, one thing is certain: the hip-hop community is closely monitoring the situation as fresh details come out. Stay tuned for updates as we continue to unearth the facts behind this major controversy. This story is far from over. If Remy Ma is going to do anything, it will be to move on and fall in love with someone who says she is keeping a tight eye on him and his recent relationship with Clarissa Shields, regardless of his previous actions. After his new girlfriend embarrassed him, We all thought Remy would be over Papoose, but it seems like she still has feelings for him. Remy and Clarissa have been at odds for some time, and there are rumors that Papoose is about to pop the question to her any day now. A few months back, when the two women were disparaging Papoose on social media, their conflict even came to light. Is finding it difficult to handle, and she seems to be spiraling again. The drama between Remy Ma and Papoose has shocked fans, especially because they were formerly regarded as one of the hip-hop industry's most durable couples. They seem capable of handling anything, but now there are more ludicrous accusations spreading and accusations of infidelity on both sides. There were allegations that Remy Ma and his partner were no longer together after he was imprisoned for shooting someone in 2008, yet against all odds. Papoose stayed faithful despite Remy having over 6 years to serve, and they even got married while she was still behind bars. His steadfast devotion was revered by shady admirers who felt that their ties were indestructible. To be honest, Papoose's actions were remarkable, particularly in Hollywood, where devotion is as rare as unicorns. We hear about some rapper getting into trouble every other week, but Papoose never wavered in his commitment to Remy, in a manner that, in our opinion, made him a legend in the entertainment sector. Remy is currently claiming that Papoose cheated on her while she was incarcerated, although Papoose was there to assist her in adjusting to life outside of prison after her release. They not only made it through those years apart, but they also came out stronger, mending their relationship with the arrival of their daughter, Remy, in 2018. Papoose already had a son, and Remy had 3 kids from a previous relationship of his own, but they seemed to get along well with their families. However, because Remy was accused of cheating with rapper Eazy, the Block Captain, in 2023, there were speculations that their marriage was crumbling. Though the drama didn't stop their once unshakable love story, it did harm feelings and escalate into a full-fledged physical brawl. Rumor has it that Papoose and Eazy got into a furious argument after they met at an industry gathering. Was determined not to miss anything, and he apparently instantly knocked Eazy out cold. The actual disturbance, though, happened during a rap battle as Remy and Eazy joined forces to take on Guy Gotti. Rap battles are verbal conflicts without any restrictions, as everyone who has ever watched one would know. With everyone's mouths dropped, Guy seized the microphone in a fit of rage and said that Remy had easily cheated on Papoose. The crowd was rocked by the charge, which made it seem as though the whole thing had been manufactured. For a while, open secret, but Gotti didn't simply leave. Oh no, he exposed Remy's supposed betrayal and dragged her for dirt. The most ridiculous aspect is that he practically confirmed the claims rather than refuting them. After all those years of devotion, it turns out that Papoose wasn't going to sit around and cope with heartbreak. Rumor has it that he ended his relationship with Remy due to her adultery. But instead of becoming involved in the scandal, Papoose quickly moved on and started dating a professional boxer. Clarissa Shields' Remy is losing it. Some claim she's going crazy because of the growing intensity of Papoose's friendship with Clarissa. She initially pretended to be indifferent and totally over the issue. What's worse is that she has been hinting that she is ready to throw hands if needed. She is hurling insults and making reckless statements about battling for what is properly hers. So it seems like the drama is far from over and will only grow messier. Things are heating up rapidly, so keep checking back. Although Remy initially thought she would keep quiet, she vented on Instagram a few days ago regarding Papoose and Clarissa's text message disclosures. Apparently trying to get Papoose to be more forthcoming with her, Clarissa wrote in one of the messages, "You take responsibility. You were the one who was married. If you can't, at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person. It shouldn't be a big deal to let me know you made it home safely or to communicate that you fell asleep in the Sprinter. Pooh's foolish self fell asleep on the phone when she was lying at my place, and he refused to leave, mocking her for writing Clarissa Shields. This girl, who is reportedly a world boxing champion, became terrified and hung up as soon as she heard my voice, now that I've spoken everything. And, darling girl, you're not alone. Remy even went so far as to accuse Clarissa and her PR team of making up stories about me every day to make Papoose look good and her look terrible.